So Mr. Jim Rohn says that you don't reap what you sow. That what your mom told you, countless times, and what you learned in church, and what your grandparents told you, that you reap what you sow, is not true. But what is true is that you will reap more than what you sow. And even more so on the evil side. You see, some people have called that karma. There's been a lot of names for it over the years. But essentially what it says is this: that what you put in is not what you get out. But what you get out is exponentially more than what you put in. And what you put out will come back around to you multiplied. Now that's a principle from the Bible. So you reap what you sow. And I know some of us in business, we're always reaping. We are always planting the seed. We're always sowing the seed. We're always telling the story. And have you noticed that sometimes things don't always happen on your timetable? Sometimes things don't always happen on your timeline? Sometimes you're reaping and you're sowing and you're sowing and you're sowing and you're thinking, where's the reaping? There's supposed to be a reaping in here somewhere, right? But it doesn't always come, or at least not when you wanted it to. And Mr. Jim Rohn, the late, great Mr. Jim Rohn, talks about how tragedy can sometimes strike a business endeavor or a goal or a process. In other words, the majority of the time when a farmer sows, there's a harvest. The majority of the time. But sometimes a big hailstorm will come through and wipe out the whole crop. Or a drought will take down the whole crop. Or swarms of locusts or bugs or infestations of some kind will damage and ruin an entire crop. And an entire season of planting. And then there's no harvest. But you see, now the farmer has a choice to make. The next planting season comes around and the farmer's got to ask, do I plant again? Or do I play it safe because there may be another hailstorm, there may be another drought? Should I plant again is the question the farmer must ask. And you've got to know that even though the possibility is slim, could there be another hailstorm? Yes. Could there be another drought? Yes. Could there be another swarm of locusts or bees or moths or caterpillars or whatever eats crops? The answer is yes, there could. It's not likely, but it could happen. But see, here's what you need to know. One setback, one challenge puts you in a position where you doubt if you should take the chance again. But here's a universal truth. If you do not plant, you will not sow. You will not, if you do not sow, you do not plant, you will not reap. You will not reap a harvest. You will not reap 1 penny of reward for your efforts because you didn't make any. And you've only got one life. You've only got one chance. You've only got one opportunity. And even though the chances are out there for destruction, the chances are out there for failure, the chances are out there for disappointment, if you don't take the chance, you'll never have a harvest. And everyone's tolerances for risk are different. And I understand that. But in a lifetime full of chances, take your chance of a lifetime every single chance you get. Yes, sometimes you will fail. Yes, sometimes you will fall down. Yes, sometimes the hailstorm or the locusts will kill your crop and there'll be no harvest. But if you continue to sow, if you continue to plant, at some point, just like the farmer, you will reap a harvest. And what you will find is over the course of your lifetime, you will more than oftentimes have a harvest. You will have a harvest much more often than you will have a disappointment or a setback or a colossal destruction. And if you continue to sow, you will reap much more than you sow. But it requires courage and it requires taking chances. So get out of your comfort zone and go out there today, take a few chances, and make it a great day.